Hi everyone, in this video you're going to learn how to create this lemon. So it's really basic, it's just something for fun, it really doesn't have that much function. So to begin with, let's just look at a brief sketch. So I'm going to hide, actually you know what, I don't even need to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the sketch to see the dimensions. As you can see, I've made it on the top plane. I can see that there is a circular pattern with the petals or so-called branches of the lemon. I can see that there's skin. I can see that there's an offset, etc., etc. Okay, so I believe we're ready to get started. So the first thing we're going to create is this circle over here. So I believe that circle, the first circle that I have created is this orange circle that I've highlighted, and that has a diameter of 70 millimeters. So I'm going to first go into my part studio, make a sketch on my top plane. To click on my top plane, go to the top view and make my sketch. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the center point circle, going to select the center, and I'm just going to make a rough circle. Then I'm going to select the circle, dimension it to 70 millimeters, and that is our first circle. The second circle was offsetted. So as you can see here, there are 3 total circles. The larger one was offsetted by 1.1 millimeters, and the second one was offsetted inwards by 3.5 millimeters. So let's create that. We're going to go to the offset tool, select the circle, and make the offset dimension 3.5. Okay. Then we're going to make the offset from here. Very interesting. I do not believe that is what I did. Okay, so what I did was I was supposed to offset it inward. However, that is not what I did. So I'm going to click the offset and offset it correctly this time. I'm going to pull inwards. And I'm going to make the dimension 3.5. Then from the center circle, I'm going to make an offset of 1.1 millimeters. And there's our lemon. There is the outer layer, the inner tender skin, and finally this piece. Now we have to make these petals over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our point, and as we can see in this part studio, the distance from this point to the origin is 26.1 millimeters. So to locate that, that would be, we're first going to just create a point. We're going to go and just randomly dot it. Then we're going to click the dimension tool and select the dimension to 26.1 millimeters. Then what we're going to do is we're going to create an arc. So this arc has to have a center point at exactly that point. So we're just going to create a quick arc with the row line dimension to be 4 millimeters. Then what we're going to do is we're going to use a coincident constraint to constrain the center point of the arc to the point that we created, like so. Then we're just going to pull the arc a bit down to keep an alignment. Then what we're going to do is we're going to draw 2 lines connecting. this doesn't have to be that precise because it is just a lemon anyways. So this is how your one petal or so-called petal should look like. Then what we're going to do is we're going to make a circular pattern. We're going to go to this tool. It's going to be 4 boxes with 1 black box and 3 blue boxes. And click on the drop down and make a circular pattern. We're going to select the entirety of the petal. And then we're going to make it around, I believe, 15 times. So we're going to make it around 15 times. And once we've gotten to this point, you can click the green check button to finish our sketch. Now we can start extruding. So for the extrusion, both the outer rim and the inner rim should have an extrusion of 1 millimeter. Since the sketch is hidden now, we can actually go into isometric and click P for easier extrusion. So for people who are not familiar with P, what P does is it basically clears all the planes. This one should also have an extrusion of, not a sketch, should have an extrusion of 1 millimeter. However, I am extruding this differently because I need it to be a different color than the outer rim. So clicking all that, I'll click the green check button. And now what we need to do is we need to extrude each one of these petals. All of these petals. And we're going to click on the extrude tool. And we're going to make the dimension 1.5 millimeters. So that way their points will be overarching, and we're going to make it a new part. So this is actually going to generate a new part for each one of these, and that's fine because we need these to be 3 different colors. So we're going to click the green check button, and there we have our beautiful lemon. Okay, so what I'm realizing is that I have made 2 of these different parts. I've extruded 2 parts incorrectly. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to extrude 1, click edit, and I'm going to take off the second, wrong one, Command Z, take off that piece and make it a new part. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this part, I'm first going to delete extrusion 2. Then I'm going to go to extrude, select the inner 2 rims and make it 1 millimeter. That way I have this. I'm going to hide sketch 1 because it looks really uneven. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to color my parts. Don't worry though, I'm only going to have to color 3, change edit appearance for 3 features, and I'll show you how. The first one is with part 1. I'm going to right click on edit appearance, and I want to make the outer rim really dark. So I'm going to click once I found my color, I'm going to use this color. This is the hex code and the RGB code. I'm going to click the green check button, and that's the color I have. Then I'm going to select part 2. Okay, I think the part may have moved to the bottom. Then I'm going to click, oops, not assign material. I click right click, edit appearance, and I'm going to make it a very pale color. Just almost white, but not quite white. This color seems fine. Then what I'm going to do is I have to color all of these petals to one color. How I'm going to do that is I'm going to click Shift on my keyboard and select all the parts that I want to change into a different color, like so. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to refer back to my part studio And I'm gonna find the color that I used for this lime color or lemon color, sorry. I'm going to go to edit appearance and I see this hex code. I'm going to click Command C, go to my part studio. Apparently now I have to reselect everything, but that's okay. Control, and it's gonna ask to edit appearance for all 15 parts. You're gonna click that and Command V and click enter. Now you've formed the base of your lemon. You can stop here if you want, but I want to go for a more of a gem effect. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to fillet all of these edges. So be careful when you're filleting it because it's gonna be a lot of clicking. You might want to zoom in for this just so you avoid over filleting, if you will. That's not a term, I made that up, don't worry. But how you're going to click is you're gonna go to fillet, then you're going to select all the outer edges, none of the inner edges, if you know what that means. So if I'm going to explain it in a better way, you're not gonna select the bottom, but the top edge, like that. If you get a red, either it means that you haven't fully selected everything or you selected a bottom edge. So that's why I suggest you just make sure those are the two issues to troubleshoot for. So filleting all of these. There we go. Okay, so now that I've chosen all the edges for what I need to fillet, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure all of my edges are correct. So see how it says I've selected all the right edges. I know that. I've checked tangent propagation. I've had my measurements to radius, and I've made sure my cross section is circular. Then I've made my radius 1.5 and I've allowed edge overflow. Then I'm going to click my green check button and voila, I've created a beautiful lemon. So please let me know again if you have any questions. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to send me feedback because I want to make the best videos possible for people to learn Onshape in general. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.